And we are for the live. Yes, we are live. We are live. We are live. Sako live. Tina, Sako live. Sako live. Tina, wanna go live. Sako live. Tina, Sako live. Sako live. Tina, Sako live.
I see it top of the
Sako live. Tina, Sako live. Sako live. Tina, Sako live. Go live, go live, Tina, see ya go live. Babetu. Soga. Emma Posin.
Soga.
Melville Street's a 2.1 breakfast show, guys. We hope that this is your favorite show. If it's not, then I don't know what show is your favorite show, guys. You guys can actually follow us on YouTube. I Love Melville Space Live. Subscribe onto YouTube, guys. And then you can also follow us on Facebook at I Love Melville.live. You can follow us also on Twitter, which is I Love Melville L. And you can also follow us on Instagram, I Love Melville.live. And you can look at TikTok with our ridiculousness at I Love Melville.live. This is your unconventional breakfast show on your unconventional online radio show.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Blah, 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 blah. Talk Wednesdays now.
News.
Yes, it is time for us to go to the news right now. Let's find out what's currently happening. It is 8:05. News started at 8 o'clock. I don't know why we lost time.
Okay, your news at 8:05. I am Kabelo Mofokeng. ENCA says Zondo promises action if Zuma doesn't show at inquiry. So, state capture inquiry chairperson Raymond Zondo is promising severe action if former President Jacob Zuma does not appear at the next inquiry meeting. The commission says Zuma has to obey a court subpoena despite the Constitutional Court reserving judgment on the commission's bid to force him to appear. In December, Zuma left the commission during a lunch break, refusing to answer questions. A constitutional law expert said Zuma could be playing for time. The commission is due to conclude on 31st of March. And moving over to news about our matriculants. 2020 matric exams, another marker dies in KZN. Another female matric exam marker has died in KwaZulu-Natal. This is the second marker dying in the province due to COVID-19 since the beginning of the marking process. Last weekend, a female marker passed away in Escort. KZN Education MEC Kwazi Mshengu has confirmed she was based at the Inanda Seminary School in Durban. Umlazi Comtech is one of the 30 marking centers in KZN. More than 300 markers are working there. Over at BBC, Drangate Group, Italy braces for biggest mafia trial in decades. Ezinye ezi blind bafethu. Hundreds of alleged members of Italy's most powerful mafia group are set to face justice in the country's biggest organized crime trial in decades. The 355 suspected mobsters and corrupt officials were charged following a long inquiry into Drangheta Group. More than 900 witnesses are expected to give evidence, and the charge sheet includes murder, drug trafficking, extortion, and money laundering. The trial begins on Wednesday and expected to last more than 2 years. Are you aware? If you are pregnant now, the people will all be covered when your child is 2 years of age. Over still at BBC, central Spain records temperatures of minus 25 degrees Celsius after snowstorm. Can you fathom? Minus 25 South Africa.
Yo.
People in central Spain are struggling as a deep freeze follows the weekend's heavy snow, leading to treacherous conditions. Officials have warned the elderly to stay home. At least 7 people have died due to the weather. The 2 latest victims were homeless people in Barcelona. The temperature plunged to minus 25 degrees in Molina de Aragon and in that place that I'm not going to try and pronounce right now, in mountains east of Madrid, Spain's coldest night for at least 20 years. Deep snow left by storm Filomena, that's such a nice name, like Filomena. Hello, baby Filomena, has turned to ice, disrupting transport. There has been an extraordinarily quantity of snow and ice from Spain, where winters were usually quite mild. Hey, easy game. Satanoa Civic Spain.
Yo, minus 25 degrees.
It's bird.
Yo.
What?
Minus 25 degrees, guys. Like minus 25 degrees.
Yeah, the lowest I've seen, not experienced, in SA was minus 10. And
Yeah,
that
when
was
it snowed.
Yo, when
Yeah.
it was snowing.
When it
that
was
back
snowing.
then.
Yeah, it was really long time ago.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really wasn't that long.
And then there's this
ago.
place.
That was 2012.
Yeah, that's a long time
That's a
ago.
long time
eh?
ago, mama.
Yeah. Once you pass 2020,
9 years.
everything behind that is
9
a long
years.
time ago.
9 years.
Okay, guys.
9 years.
It's relative. Yeah, carry on.
9 years.
You can say, yeah, we can leave it at its relative.
All right, what we got? What we got with Silver Sports?
With silver sports, we look into South Africa's silver medalist Luva Manyonga suspended for doping rule breach, and Man United makes it to the top of the Premier League.
Hello.
Yeah, and then later on we're gonna dive into the tables, the soccer league tables,
Yeah.
and telling you who's what, where is who, and then where is where.
I hope we don't hurt ourselves diving into those tables, Silva.
Yeah, and it's okay. No, we won't hate ourselves because even Chiefs don't hire you much affiliate.
Preston, can you hear these boys talking about Chiefs? Can you hear them, Preston?
Well, we'll be full sports bulletin. I'll see you at the
man.
bottom of the hour.
Chiefs is under the table. Man.
It's under the table,
Yeah.
literally.
Under the table because they don't fill up the table.
Oh, these Chiefs jokes are so funny, bro. Oh, Chiefs jokes, bro.
I man have peace and quietness. Peace and quietness. Abapana style under the table.
But about to news anchor.
Send in your comments right now, guys. We are currently live on all our 3 platforms, guys. Which is Twitter, Facebook, and none other than YouTube. But the most important one that you guys need to subscribe into is YouTube. Make sure you go into YouTube, which is I Love Melville Space Live. Subscribe onto YouTube, and make sure that when you do subscribe, you engage with us, because that's how you can actually win prizes that we are about to introduce. Do not forget also at I Love Melville.live on Facebook, and also at I Love Melville L on Twitter if you like twittering things. Hashtag family meeting is over.
Suntela
That's a turn.
Matopas. Suntela Matopas.
No. This guy actually missed us. He actually missed us. Like, yeah, Yazin, I miss talking to my country.
But guys, like if I had to choose between toppers and strikers, I'll still choose strikers.
Super strikers.
Strikers, like the what you call it, the biscuits.
Yeah.
Strikers.
You would go for strikers.
I would go for the
Nah,
strikers.
I
than
think I'll go
Love
for
yourself.
toppers actually.
Love
No,
yourself.
not because I'm supporting.
Supporting who?
Supporting
I
what?
don't know. Whoever made strikers, I'm just supporting.
He just-
because
Yeah.
that thing was sold in the township. That thing was sold also at schools, which was those ladies that were outside who had, like, you know, those ladies outside, because
Yeah.
the tuck shop lady was very expensive.
Mobile
eh?
tuck shop.
Hey, it was very expensive. Yeah, the mobile tuck shop,
Yeah.
which comes with boxes.
We had that at school, but it says
Yeah.
mom used to sell outside of Karakara,
Ah.
and the school did not want that. You need to stop buying from these vendors. That's where I heard the term. From these vendors outside, we don't know what they sell in their food. And then, you know, white people come with the propaganda, and then we don't know if they sell drugs. Oh, mama, I'm selling some sweet,
Starting some drugs all of a sudden.
No, but they want our money to go there to the school.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to you guys who just joined us right now. Welcome to it. This is I Love Melville.live. It is exactly 12 minutes past 8 right now, and you're currently tuned into Melville Street's 2.1 breakfast show. Guys, please do engage with us. Tell us what you're currently doing. Or somewhere fancy, or pencil. What are you doing right now? Please do tell us what you're doing right now. Do not forget also on social streets, it's a topic that we're talking about, online learning, the disadvantages of online learning.
Yes, sir.
We are not looking at the advantages, we are looking at the disadvantages of online learning. Please do tell us what you think about that. It is I Love Melville.live. Okay, now we're gonna start off with something.
Okay.
Right. So, guys, we're gonna start off right now with the social streets that we're talking about, which is disadvantages of online learning.
Yes,
Right.
babes.
So that was a bad joke.
Nice one.
No,
No, I heard that one.
Joke, brother.
Seriously, it was bad. Like Lena Geeky, I felt it inside from the inside.
Dog, you must always believe in yourself.
Yeah, but I do. But
Believe in yourself.
believe in yourself.
You see?
Yeah, but
Because you are who you are.
Thank
Don't
you.
change.
Thank
Don't
you.
let them try to change you.
You. Uh-huh.
no.
Stay real.
Stay woke.
Can we sing it?
One, two.
Stand.
Yeah, who you
Don't change
Don't let them try to change
who you are.
Stay real.
Did I just say the wrong thing?
Yep, you did.
All right.
It's that child that makes everyone go. That makes everyone in class go to detention when it's like, if one of you guys didn't do the group project, the whole group stays.
The whole group gets detention.
And then also some of us are going to be talking about that. We're like, Mara Silva, man. All right, guys, let's get into it. The online learning disadvantages, guys. I'm gonna ask you guys first. What is your online disadvantage? Your first one.
My first one.
First one that comes in your mind.
Data.
Come on.
Marantwana. So
Resources. Resources.
And
let me just keep it there. Resources, Makai.
And when you're saying resources, what are you
I mean
about?
laptop. I mean data, as she said, because for a person Kumakai, I mean, like, it's either you have a PC or your desktop or laptop is very hard to get, actually. Not even me myself.
But if the government is giving you the laptop,
if the government is giving you the laptop,
what other disadvantage would you have regardless of that?
Safety for the laptop. Safety for the laptop.
And I think it's a guy with you anytime,
Yeah,
but then one of the disadvantage besides what she said, it's just discipline, man. Discipline. Like, you need to if you're gonna study by yourself at home and everything, you need to have discipline. If you're not disciplined, whether you have a laptop, internet, you have professor next to you, you have what, it doesn't matter. If you're not disciplined, Joe.
Okay, so discipline, but we're talking about disadvantages, ne?
Yeah.
I was just saying the D.
Yeah,
right? We're talking about that. By the way, it is exactly 15 minutes past 8 right now. For those who just joined us, you're currently listening to Melville Street's unconventional breakfast show called 2.1 Breakfast Show right here on I Love Melville.live. We are currently live all the way in Melville, Johannesburg, and South Africa. Please do tell us if you're currently listening from across the globe. Where are you listening from? Send in your shout out, man. There's no shout out also for you. Engage with us also in terms of that. And what other disadvantage you are thinking of right now about online learning? So I've got another one also for you.
Yes, sir.
The first one is lack of accreditation and low quality. So before you enroll in any online course, you need to check that the program is accredited and verified in terms of its information with the accrediting agency. Legitimate schools from established universities to newer online colleges are proud of their status with accrediting agencies, and agencies are happy to accreditate good schools. Now, therefore, this information is readily available for you to check every single time.
Fly by night.
Yo.
And just imagine a fly by night, an online fly by night. It's not the same. That one doesn't fly. I don't know what it does. That one, It vanishes. Because
Just errors.
you still remember in Johannesburg CBD? There were so many
everything, bro. There's everything.
There are so many
fly by night schools.
Fly by night primary schools, fly by night high schools.
Yes.
A homie I used to see, his niece had been studying at a really good school. That was a fly by night, bro. And the thing is, it was a really good school. Like, it excelled. But I'm not saying that was horror because the head of the school was like not from here. And the kids were just really great. But when he wanted to take the kid somewhere else, the people were just like, so where's the kid been studying for the past 3 years? Because these guys that you say she's been at, you don't see them on the system. And that thing goes to high school, that thing goes to varsity, where someone goes to a school, pays money, the last money that they have, keeps traveling back and forth. And then eventually when something needs to happen and they need like people are just like, we don't know of that school. That one there where you say you've been acquiring education.
No, we don't know about it.
Exist.
By the way, guys, you guys need to be wary about that because I've actually seen people like cousins of mine who enroll to such fly-by-night schools, and then when they get there, like you come there, you enroll. Then they like come back
same day.
You go back there, too late.
There's nobody.
Too late.
Nobody.
Even the security guard.
Nobody.
The security guard that you ask is like,
bangena baphume bahambe like isikolo sobisifo lesi singena la. And then you hope without you and just giving you the worst news ever. Like, this is a fourth school.
He's confirming to you, right? You were screwed. So when you saw me come here every day, man, Chingiline, why didn't you say anything?
And you say, woo, when
because they paid Machingilan to keep quiet again.
They're paying Machingilan.
Exactly.
Straight up.
So here's another disadvantage that we got. These are top 5 disadvantages, guys, of online learning. The second one is that little or no face-to-face interaction. So while rather this may seem obvious, students have a tendency to underestimate the impact of never meeting the instructor and other students in the class. So basically the tendency of meeting these people, you underestimate, right? That it creates somewhat of a better learning experience, right? So Ed Mudson, an English professor at the University of Virginia, argued in a Time opinion piece that online education creates a monologue, not a real dialogue. In the learning environment. Building relationships with your instructing classmates will require more effort in an online environment, which I agree also. Sometimes a person would pass well because there's a level of understanding with the instructor. Instructor.
With the instructor. Can I have the
So but basically you have like somewhat of a good level of understanding with the instructor, and then you basically understand what they are trying to bring forth to you, and you can interact with them. If they're a funny guy, hey teacher, you're a funny guy, you can go to them after class also to get some more information. Those are things that you can't get.
Actually,
those are things that you cannot get with online learning. You cannot get that face-to-face interaction with your lecturer. All right, the third one is more work. Online courses typically require a greater amount of reading and assignments than traditional classes. Programs in general are improving their quality of their online courses, and this means that students will have to do more to prove that they've mastered their material, except to spend at least 10 hours per week on each online course. However, it is not an uncommon thing, rather, for a single course to require 15 to 20 hours per week.
Yeah, well, look, man, it's a difficult way of acquiring your educational, but it's very convenient for a lot of people.
Yeah,
I know we're looking at the cons, but there's some really dope pros.
We're going to be looking at pros in the third hour, by the way, in terms of what are the pros with online learning. So for now, we're just looking at the disadvantages in terms of that. And if you know of any other disadvantages that we didn't name, tell us. Another one is the fourth one that they've got is intense requirement for self-discipline.
Self-discipline, the one I was talking about.
This is a disadvantage, but for me, it's an advantage also, a huge advantage, because you're teaching yourself discipline.
And if you don't have it,
it's shy.
It's about you not having
it's shy. So online courses usually have deadlines for assignments, tests, and commenting rather on lectures. That's not the problem. The problem is the time management and organization skills necessary to stay on top of your work. A lot also an appreciated rather amount of time needs to be completed with each task rather, and place your coursework against other priorities in your life. If you tend towards procrastination, if you are like this and you're leaning towards procrastination, then you might need to strengthen your skills set before choosing an online course or program. So if your middle name is procrastination, you better change it, eh? You better change it when it comes to online learning. You better watch out or you get watched.
What was that clip where Dudu was saying, "What? I'm warning you. You better watch out." There's nothing to do when he was giving a threat to the ANC government.
Yeah, I remember it.
We overthrew the other government and we will watch out.
I am warning you.
Does Desmond Tutu have like teeth, or is it false?
I don't know.
And he's like,
I don't know.
You know, grandmothers where they don't have teeth.
I think he doesn't.
My grandmother had all her teeth, even when she passed.
I had a grandmother that used to do that.
And it's all them. And then when you sing, because I don't.
Anyway, the fifth and last one, guys, is an even more intense requirement for self-direction. So traditional college programs typically offer or even require the students meet with advisors to help them plan their path in college. If you only need a course or two, this is not an issue. However, if you're pursuing an entire degree online, you will need to be proactive in finding information. You need to ensure that you are taking the right classes for your degree plan. So straying from this path could constitute failure to make academic progress, and you may have trouble securing financial aid.
Unlucky player.
Unlucky. So you might find yourself in a Kaizer Chiefs situation where you're at the bottom of the table. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna stop with these Kaizer Chiefs.
I'm a pussy for life.
Not yeah.
Kaizer Chiefs just like sponsor me with some gear so I can wear it.
Proudly.
So I can wear it in the studio, and then when they talk smack about you guys,
say it with the chest and say,
so I can
wear
smack
proudly.
about you guys, but I still look good in the gear.
Okay, but you don't want to say it with
so
your chest.
It doesn't matter what they say.
So
I will always look good in the gear. We win. I win and you win, Kaizer Chiefs. I'm gonna carry on like they're
that's about the only win that we have.
You know what I mean?
I'm for life.
Who are you looking at?
I don't know those guys.
Please do excuse
someone from
her.
Kazakhstan there.
Please excuse her. Please excuse her. She's just having an episode.
Yeah, she's having one of those.
Just please excuse Mtana Sekaya. Everything is going to be fine. Right now, though, guys, it is time for us to go to Giggle Pulse. And right after Giggle Pulse, guys, we are going to dive right into server sports and also headlines.
Basketball, everybody's having locked out. was locked out for a little bit. Basketball's locked out for a little bit. You know, I like last basketball season, man. I like the NBA Finals. I had a good time watching it. I like the Mavericks versus the Heat. You know, I saw some subliminal racist shit when I was watching the TV games of that. Because every time Dirk Nowitzki got the ball, the announcers say, "Watch out, Dirk Nowitzki's a lot quicker than he looks." What the hell's quick look like, motherfucker? Dirk Nowitzki gets the NBA Finals MVP. He can't even get a shoe. When the hell's a white guy gonna get a shoe? We are long overdue for a shoe. At this point, white people, we didn't own Nike or Adidas. We'll take Pony or Puma. Shit. Give me some Dirk Dada, some Steve Nash New Balance or something. I'll take some Keith Van Holm Kangaroos. I'll rock the Keiths. I don't know why I ever got mad at LeBron last year, you know, because he went from the most beloved player to the most hated because he left Cleveland and went to Miami. I'm a comedian. I travel every week. I've been to Cleveland, been to Miami. Not a tough decision if you ask me where I want to live. That's like asking some dude, "Hey, man, who'd you rather fuck, Beyonce or Precious?" I'm going to go Beyonce. Go Beyonce on this one. Yeah, go Beyonce. But Precious raised you. You grew up with Precious. I don't want to fuck Precious no more. Saw this documentary on LeBron too called More Than a Game. They had his high school coach on there, and his mom was on there, and they said LeBron was raised by a single mother in Akron, Ohio, and then interviewed his high school coach, and his high school coach was like, you know, if LeBron would have had a dad in his life, his game would be at a whole nother level. I said, I don't think so. I think LeBron's better because he didn't have a dad in his life. Because LeBron's got like a broken home type of game. Because you could tell there's some pent-up aggression come from somewhere when he's on the court. Because he be dribbling hard, passing hard, dunking hard. Where the fuck is my dad, Mom? Shit! God damn! You know? You ever see Kobe Bryant? Kobe had a mom and dad. Bounce pass, layup. Hey, Dad! That's the one good thing about being a comedian, man. You get to meet a lot of athletes you probably normally wouldn't get to meet if I wasn't a comedian. Like I remember I met Dwayne Wade his rookie year. Now, me and Dwayne are friends. We ain't best friends, but we cool. We friends, you know. I call him. He don't answer, but he'll text me back sometimes, you know. But I don't know why. My son's 10, right? My son's 10. Last year, my son was 9. You know, I don't know why my son said, he asked me, he goes, "Dad, who's your best friend?" I said, "Dwayne Wade from Miami Heat." I know I said it, just popped out, thought he'd forget, right? Well, this past March, spring break comes around. I said, "When do you spring break?" My son goes, "I want to go to Miami. I'm going to go to a Heat game and meet your best friend, Dwayne Wade." I was like, "Oh, shit, are you serious?" So I called Dwayne, he ain't answer. He texted me back a few days later, said, "Come on down." And I tell people, man, you ever get a chance to go to an NBA game, go. If a player leaves you tickets, definitely go. What I don't recommend, a mistake that I made, was Dwayne left me a parking pass. So I got to park in the player's parking lot. Don't recommend it to the average person because, you know, I fly down to Miami. I got my son with me. We pulled to the arena. I'm feeling really good about my life at that point, you know. I'm in the Ford Explorer rental from Enterprise with the GPS and the XM in it. And Enterprise asked me, they was like, "Mr. Owens, would you like XM radio?" I said, "How much is it?" They said, $8 a day. I said, "Let's see, we here for 4 days, $32. Get that shit. That's how your daddy does it, son. $32 ain't shit to me." I swear to God, we put in Miami Heat parking lot. There were some cars there I never heard of. My son looked at me, he was like, Dad, you gotta get your life together. Like, what are you talking about? I got excess, son, $32. Then Dwayne, I had a parking spot. I had a park next to Dwayne's car, right? So Dwayne lived in a parking spot, and Dwayne drove a Maybach that day, right? And in the rims of the Maybach, he had DW. He had DW in the rims. My son was like, dang, Dad, what kind of car is that? I was like, a Dodge Wind. Yeah, that's that new Dodge. That's that new shit. He said, well, it says Maybach on the back. I go, well, he got to take it back in May. That's not a good investment, son. We got to return that in 5 weeks, man. He must have bought that in June. He leased it.
Yeah, boy, and that was none other than Gary Owen, guys, right here on iLoveMarvel.live. It is exactly 8:30 right now, so that means it is time for us to actually go to Silver Sports, but we're going to start off also in terms of news headlines at the top of the hour. So at 9 o'clock, what should people look forward to in terms of your news headlines?
People should look forward to Zondo promising action against Zuma if he doesn't play along. Another market dies in KZN. And Italy is about to face its biggest mafia trial in decades. And central Spain records temperatures that are unfathomable to the African, minus 25 degrees Celsius after snowstorm.
Sports.
All right, jumping into a silver sport, we look at the Olympics. South African Olympic long jumper medalist Luvo Manyonga has been temporarily banned for failing to notify anti-doping authorities of his location. The AIU announced on Friday Manyonga, who was celebrating his 30th birthday on Friday, finished second at the Rio Olympic in 2016. He now faces a prospect of missing the rescheduled Tokyo Games later this year. The AIU has charged Luvo of South Africa for whereabouts failure, evaluation of the world athletes. Sorry about that. Evaluation of the World Athletics anti-dope rules. And then moving on into international soccer, Man United will head into Sunday's showdown at Anfield, on top of the league power box after power box.
We were playing power box.
You know, I had that name. I had that. I'm laughing because I had them like power box. I'm like, what is power box? Oh, let me just get to that again. Manchester United will head into Sunday's showdown at Anfield, top of the Premier League after Paul Pogba.
Yes.
Paul Pogba.
The power box. No, man.
After Paul Pogba's volley saw off a stubborn penalty, which is the game was until 1-0. Penalty was actually stubborn.
Yeah.
So I understand this heading from the Sky News. I understand it was stubborn actually. But then I did say that I'm going to jump into the table.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the table. Let's go. You go first. Yeah. All right, moving right along. Let's look at the Premier League.
Yeah.
Right. At the top of the table, we're looking at Manchester United with 36 points, followed by Liverpool with 33 points, and then Leicester City with 32 points. And then also, I wanted to look at the FA Women's Champions League. Manchester United, still even that side, is sitting on 26 points, followed by Chelsea at 23 points. Then Arsenal at 22 points. At least Arsenal is showing up somewhere. Manchester City at number 4 at 18 points. And then moving on into the La Liga, let's look at the top of the league is Atletico Madrid with 41 points, followed by Real Madrid with 37 points, and then Barcelona with 34 points. And then jumping into the Italian Series A, on the top of the league is AC Milan with 40 points, followed by Inter Milan with 37 points, and then Roma with 34 points, at Juventus at 33 points. But then having to come back to home. We talk about local soccer now, something that is not on the top 5 of my list, which is, yeah. On the top of the league, we're looking at Sundowns. So we look at Mamelodi Sundowns at 24 points, and then Morocco Swallows is number 2 with 22 points. Super Sports at 19 points, followed by Cape Town City with 16 points, and then Golden Arrows with 15 points. So yeah, Mama, did you hear that? Which team did you hear?
At the bottom of the table.
Chiefs?
It's not. No. You know what? It's not in the bottom. It's not at the bottom. No. At least nyana.
It is at the bottom, but number man.
Number 15.
15 days. By the way, guys, how many teams are there in South Africa? In the PSN? How many?
16.
All right.
All
right.
It's not number 2.
It's not. It's what I'm
not
saying.
last
It's actually
place.
number 14, not 15. So at least, but
No, y'all better.
Get it?
Y'all better move
This
on.
comment that I've got, I don't even know if we should even show this comment. Must I show it?
No,
When it's
don't.
Australia,
Don't show that nonsense. Don't show that nonsense. Your comments will never be read. Let me tell you something. Because the only people who make jokes are the people in the studio. If you think you are brave, you should come in the morning and try and do some shit. Then we'll see about you. We will not read your comments.
Even the name, I'm scared.
We
Don't
will
even
not-
read it.
That's a fucking troll.
I
We
wouldn't
will
mind
not
to
your
read it.
comments.
Read it.
No,
Actually,
read that
you know why?
comment.
You know why?
Some gain.
You know why?
Yeah,
You know why?
Yeah, some gain.
Because of
We're giving this guy does this when he's bored with his life, whoever the
yeah.
hell
Who
this
is
is.
it?
Now, whenever
Does the
they
guy-
wanna
does the
come
guy
and
do this all the
we don't
time?
Give this person a
But isn't this the
platform
person-
on our platform?
But isn't this person a fan?
No, they're not a fan.
Sorry, fam.
fam. She's a
I ain't your
fan.
fam. I ain't your fam, nigga. I ain't your fam.
Yeah,
Alright,
get him,
I'm gonna show
buttercups.
it.
I ain't your
I'm
fan.
gonna show it now because since they are commenting and people wanna see what.
No.
what's up about
I would like them to actually
it.
see it.
Yeah.
Sokshisa.
So Mehmet Dedi says, why are you guys giving him such a tough script to read? And then he comes back and says, guys, why you give him the English grade 2 paper, the English grade 12 paper 2 to read? Come on, guys. She sells
How old are you, Mehmet Dedi?
seashells on the seashore.
Seashells.
And then it's like, sorry, fam.
Ah.
And it's like, apologies. It's like, I'm a fan. He's a fan. Guys, Mehmet Dedi is a fan. Guys, we cannot be the ones that banter other people and then when they banter us, we catch feelings.
No. That's okay, Children. No, let them see it.
Yeah.
I don't mind them seeing it. You know why I don't mind them seeing
Magame,
it?
when I'm Mehmet Dedi,
You know why?
I don't understand.
You know why?
We're on you.
And when I me.
When I'm me.
That's what me. That's meme. Oh me. Mehmet Dedi. When I me. I'm sure Pori the Mulunti. But anyways, the reason why I'm saying that they must read it and then they must talk about it is because of now. I'm gonna prove a point to you, especially you. I'm gonna do new sports bulletin based on you. You're gonna be part of my Chiefs list. Actually, I'm telling you.
Oh,
I'm telling you, it's
he's
on.
Like, he's like, oh, no, negative vibes. No, there's no
It's
negative
on.
vibes. Don't worry. I like this, guys.
I
Bantering
don't
is
like
nice.
you. I don't like you. I don't like you.
My buttercups doesn't like you.
I don't like you.
Yo, man, shout out to you. Shout out to you. You make me laugh, man. It's like, guys, we all struggle with English, eh?
Mm.
We all struggle. And you see, thank you, Meme. Thank you, Meme. We like you. Don't worry. When I'm you cannot diss my friend.
Where am I
I'm gonna
Facebook
search your
friends?
IP address.
Where are my Facebook friends with the positivity? Come through with the positivity,
I'm gonna
my
set your
indigo
IP
Anyway,
address.
children.
man, guys, it is exactly 8:36 right now, and welcome to it, guys. That this is ILoveMarvel.live. You can be like Meme also, and just comment. Oh, comment, huh?
Sorry, me meme.
Yeah, give me.
Me.
Meme Daddy.
Get us meme daddy.
Meme Daddy. Oh, and by the way, it's a happy birthday to Kanyisa Milisi, who was basically our assistant programs manager. By the way, Kanyisa, happy birthday.
Happy
to
birthday,
you. Can you
Kanyisa.
seriously teach me how to do that happy birthday thing, eh?
Which one?
You read. I want
The one she kills it.
to sing it with
On
her.
our way to work
Yeah.
tomorrow. I'll
Yeah.
teach you.
And speaking on our way to work, Meme's like, I support you.
Supporting who?
The team.
Away.
Away.
Blessed, meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I never go to live IP address out. I'm coming.
Anyway, speaking about trips, like going, like
Traveling from work
and
or
stuff
to
and
work,
coming
yeah.
back. So guys, we travel. We use public transport, by the way, and then we've got somewhat of a bet that we're gonna stay. We're gonna stay broke
Yeah, we're gonna stay in this bracket.
for the whole year.
Upper.
I'm really broke.
Broke.
I ain't gonna put no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
we're gonna
gonna
stay
stay
up,
broke.
up.
For the whole year, and we're gonna use public transport because there's so much content. Public transport. So Sylvan and myself use the same public transport going back home.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the taxi yesterday. Yeah. I don't know if you have that clip.
I do have that clip.
You have that clip?
I do have that clip. I'm gonna post it actually.
You're gonna post that.
I'm
clip.
gonna post it.
You know
on
what?
our
I need
page.
you to actually send a clip to me via WhatsApp.
right now.
Yeah, right
Well,
now.
what's up?
WhatsApp. Just send it
Alright.
to me via WhatsApp, right? What I want to do is that I want to show the people of the people of the people of the people, right?
Yeah.
In terms of what actually aspired there. So we were in this taxi, guys, and you know whenever you're in the taxi and then money disappears, When money disappears, certain things happen in the taxi. When money disappears. Right?
Yeah.
But when someone steals someone else's money and they are sitting right next to them, it becomes a different narrative. So we were in this taxi and we were heading home, and this lady basically didn't get her change. Now our taxi trip is 25 rand. This lady didn't get her change. She was sitting next to a beautiful lady with like nice weave hairs, nails done. She had her nails done,
everything done, you know.
You know what I mean? She was looking super fly. So now what happened was that the lady that she was sitting next to was like, okay, Manje, what about my change? Guess what happened?
What happened?
She started routing about the change. And this lady's like, no. The person that needs to be blamed is the financial manager that's sitting in front.
Hey, they even call him financial manager and advisor.
Oh my God,
they gave a homie a title.
Yeah, they gave him a title.
In
the taxi. We're like, in the people, in the taxi.
I can't believe it.
So what happened was that after they gave this person like that insert, right? This lady was going on and on, defending herself until we even got there. Guys, I've never seen a thief wearing weave.
Never.
Wearing weave.
Never.
Nails done.
Never.
The 25 rand was chow, guys. It was gone.
Yeah, she never took it out.
She never.
Free ride.
Yeah, free ride from Josie
to
Boxbeck. Actually. And then she went for it's like no. And then here's the thing. She's busy saying no. The 25 rand actually passed, went to the back. So now after the back, we're like, wait.
Nothing came back.
Wait, we had our money and then just came there. No money came back. Who did you give it to? The question was, who did you pass the money to? You understand? Who did you pass the money to? So now
I like how the taxi driver
that's how he actually solved it.
Yeah.
And you know what happens, You know how usually whenever the driver doesn't get all his money,
even 1 rand,
the taxi will never leave the taxi getting Josie actually.
No, it will.
Or maybe he will leave,
but he will come back to the taxi
and say, "Slap the U-turn there."
Yeah,
like
just 1 rand.
They keep on the match.
Bro, we were locked in that taxi
for 30
because
minutes.
Of the 25 rand.
30 minutes. The driver even walked out. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna leave you with it.
You sort it out."
And then he steps out. He closes the door. He locks.
It's like it's like these guys are not sorting this.
Did anybody make up for the missing 25 rand?
No,
they slanted. Slanted.
That wasn't a real taxi driver. You guys were being driven by a cheese boy. Because a real taxi driver wouldn't have let that shit
No, that's the thing. It wasn't his money. His money's fine.
Yeah, he got all his money.
Oh, it's the lady's change.
So you know how they usually do is they will collect all the money. I'm like, driver, how much is your money?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, 350.
Yeah.
Like, okay, 350. Here's the money, driver.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oba, no shorting a change.
Yeah.
That's usually the case.
Yeah.
Who needs change?
Yeah.
Like, 25 rand.
Yeah.
You know, and like, okay, 25.
There you go. Bow.
Oba, no shorting a change. Another one.
Yeah.
25 rand. Okay.
Bow.
Sharp.
Now, this lady was keeping quiet all the time.
She's receiving all this money.
Bruh.
Like, okay.
No.
Another one.
That's probably her job.
No.
Like syndicates. Like people
syndicates.
Oh, like she
like maybe traveling to places. Like I've heard of a story like that.
Isn't
Yeah.
And you know what? She got off next to a shopping center.
Yeah. Ask yourself.
That 25 rand, where it was going.
Yeah.
Pie.
Yeah. People make money in different ways, eh?
But
I once the same thing happened with me, but funny enough, no one picked up the mistake.
Yeah.
Like because get 24 rand to spray you go back.
Yeah.
And I paid the money, and then I only realized once I was in a taxi from Go Wanderers and Go Pram. And then I know how much I'm supposed to have in my wallet.
Yeah.
How I can see Palama from, but I'm just like, why is they?
Yeah, sure.
These numbers are exceedingly high. What's happened? And then when I do my math and then I remember, holy crap, they were and they go to go pay. Crap, something happened, and I took the money, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. You should never feel bad. Because taxi luck is a rare thing. You rarely get lucky.
Is rare though.
You rarely get lucky.
Is rare.
Oh no. Mugel Mara.
Yeah, I like
No, she's the same as that kid.
my.
But you know, it's the funny thing, Thato. There's something I want to actually pick up
No,
from.
I'm different from that lady. People asked her and she denied. Anyway, yes, me.
Okay, no. Okay, you are different.
Mhm.
But
That pause. You and I are friends in and
I'm
outside of the
joking, man.
studio.
Yeah, you see, thank you for checking that.
Yeah.
So I think this lady actually was actually meaning to do this all the time. Remember that we usually pay 24 rand for taxi from here to Boxback.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she's the one who's actually making a noise about it. No, taxi 25 rand. It's late. It's after hours. Like, the taxi driver is not saying anything.
He's just keeping quiet.
He's just keeping quiet. But one thing I realized also, the taxi driver was his first time going that side. So that's why there was so much commotion happening. The guy was calculating money, and he was me today.
Okay.
You understand? It was me today during my sports bulletins.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so he was like,
yeah.
Shota, like, dude, we just, remember that we took about 96 rand from our seat.
Yo.
And then they're like, we're supposed to bring like 4
4
rand.
rand.
We took the 4 rand there.
I
and then
even took it personally myself, eh? Like, you know when you sit in
that
the
lady
quantum,
saw
like
everything.
what was it again? I had a 4th side.
Yes.
Yes,
And you
because
were sitting
at
from
the 4th row.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're sitting
this
on
guy.
the 4th row at the back, and I had a 4th side. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be robbed in this cab.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is that because I could see that lady, there's something going on. I'm like, guys, let's take our money. I'm gonna walk.
You did a
You know
quick
that
thing,
walkway. I didn't want to pass and say 4. I was like, I'm gonna take it,
Mm.
and I took it to the driver and the assistant financial manager, which is the person that sits in front. And I was like, here is ours. See, 4. It's
1,
100
2,
rand.
3, 4.
1. I literally did that. I was like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because there was a whole lot of chaos going on
They
there.
actually thought that I was gonna go slap someone, eh?
Yeah,
Because
I thought so.
I was laughing, you know us. when
And then
we
all of a
walk
sudden,
into
it just
the
became
taxi.
serious.
Like I was like, now we're laughing too much now, eh? We are laughing too much. Like you guys want to see the other side. I became the Hulk, the skinny Hulk. I looked like a toothpick. It was basically like that. I was like a
Dark skin Hulk.
Who's dark skinned?
me. I was a dark
Who
skin.
is dark
No,
skinned?
compared to Hulk,
No.
not that he's dark. No,
I'm a dark
no,
skinned
no.
person. Why can't
No,
I say I'm
compared to
dark-skinned?
Hulk, he is dark.
Oh,
You are
well.
not dark skinned.
I am dark skinned, Mama Kopaska. Don't take that away from me. I'm
You're light skinned. You're light skinned. And
He
Tiki
even wants to cry.
Mazwai has something to tell you in the entertainment section of today's
yes.
news.
And which we're gonna go to the entertainment section actually after this skinny hug. Yona Larry, Papa ke mau ke papa outa. Come and laugh, yeah. I got a comment here, guys. Bring in your comments, by the way. Mema Daddy's like, guys, did you swap t-shirts from yesterday?
You didn't notice it's been happening since Monday, actually.
That we like seem like we're swapping t-shirts.
Yeah, like she was wearing olive Tuesday. No, Monday. I wore olive Tuesday. You were wearing gray yesterday. I'm wearing gray today.
Nice.
Nobody was wearing
Very
white.
observant.
So
Thank you to our
I'm a
fan.
globe. I'm a trendsetter.
You can even see the way she's
Watch
sitting this
them wear
game.
white tomorrow.
But picture ya, Kaju.
I took my shoes off.
No wonder.
No wonder it smells like milk and honey. Yes. But I took my shoes
No one
off.
smells like Nkomas.
Yes.
She's
All
right
right,
about
guys.
milk.
We are about to actually we're about to play a track right now, guys. It is a track by none other than Tabang Paleng. If you also are a musician, an up-and-coming musician, and you got your music video also, you know, guys, put me up. We can put you up. Just send in your music, your tracks to ILM Station Manager at gmail.com. That is ILM Station Manager at gmail.com. I'll repeat that. ILM Station Manager at gmail.com.
Yes.
Please send in all of those things, and then we'll basically play it for you guys. You can be like the other people. You can be like the other child.
It has to have a music video. You
Yes.
can't just send us songs without music videos.
No, you
This
can't.
is a visual radio situation. So
Yes.
you need visuals to
Thank you,
accompany your music video.
Thank you, Ken.
If it doesn't have a video, it must just be instrumentals and we play it in the back, like
Thank
the
you,
song
Ken.
that plays at the back.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ken.
That's what T's and C's sounds like.
Yeah, oh my God, Mara, wena, Mara, wena, Mara. Wabona wena, Mara.
That's why I roll with the dogs on top.
Ay, man.
Not used to, they're not the dogs on
No,
top.
we are puppies.
There are other dogs literally at the top of this building that I roll with. Shout out, what's his name?
Monet.
Monet. Shout out Monet. I don't even
You
know.
know, this is
his
what we
name.
call ass kissing. So for ass kissing, please call like Cabello Mufukele for ass kissing.
Chegan Pimel.
T's and C's apply. All right, guys, here it is. Tabang with Where Did You Go? I love this tune, guys. Tell us what you think about the tune, eh?
Nothing was the same since you've been gone. What happened to our love? Don't wanna be alone. Girl, I let you go, and I want you back, and I was wrong. It's you that I love, nobody else can take your place. Where did you go? Where did you go? Girl, I wanna know. Where did you go? Where did you go? 'Cause I'm on my own, my baby. Where did you go? Where did you go? Girl, I wanna know. I wanna know. Where did you go? Where did you go? 'Cause I'm on my own. Girl, I wanna know. Where did you go? Ngiyakhumbula baby, njalo nje uzobuya nini na sikhulume ngale ndaba. Girl, I let you go, and I want you back. I know I was wrong. It's you that I love, and nobody else can take your place. Where did you go? Where did you go? Girl, I wanna know, baby. Where did you go? Where did you go? 'Cause I'm on my own, I'm on my own. Where did you go? Where did you go? Girl, I wanna know. I wanna know. Where did you go? Where did you go? 'Cause I'm on my own. Girl, I wanna know. Where did you go? Where did you go? Yeah.
Where did you go? That was a track that we were
to the
playing.
bathroom, now I'm back. Hi, guys.
You got timing, eh?
Yeah.
And we were just playing Where Did You Go, by the
Where
way.
did you go?
Yes. Tabang playing featuring Complexity. Where Did You Go? You guys can actually get the track on Amazon. You can get the track also on Apple Music. Where Did You Go featuring Complexity. Where's the song is nice. And our background music, by the way, is also done by Tabang Paling, and it's called Don't Lose Yourself. So fantastic sounds coming through, guys. This is Melville.live. It is exactly 8:52 right now. And you're currently tuned in to Melville Street's 2.1 breakfast show. And it's coming to that end of part 20.
But two.
And then we're gonna come to part 3. And then part 3 is all about games.
It's all about fun.
It's all about fun
It's
games.
vibe zone.
Fun and games when I order
I'm
my fun
very
and games.
intrigued and curious
Yes, girl.
about the actual identity of the meme daddy, because he's very much all of a sudden today we've never experienced his texting before, and the use of ish and just the language. Nkare ke lekgowa.
Oh no, it's fine. I have all the answers. By the way, how has the COVID-19 protocols being enforced in Melville? Meme, if you want to know how it has been enforced, I will show you and tell you. First of all, there's a sanitizer right there before we walk in, right? And then also in the building has 4 floors, right? Yeah, no, I'm answering. Has 4 floors. In this building, there's 18 people. Before you enter, there's a security guard that has a temperature thing that scans you. If your temperature is above what you don't come inside. And then on top of that, because we are on air, there's 3 of us. There's what you call aircon. There's something called air circulation that we are also doing. There are 3 people into the studio. And then in the control room also, there's only like 2 people that are inside the control room. So there's 5 people within a big space. So it's not a confined area. What else do you want us to explain to you also in terms of protocol?
We also have an in-house sangoma. We also have an in-house sangoma that deals with this
and
kind
also
of
because
stuff.
Wapapa will explain to you, and also our presenters go on a regular check.
Yeah.
Utolo Papa.
No, I meant in the suburb. We don't know. Now we don't live in no suburb. We're from the East Rand and Johannesburg.
Hey,
Stop asking us.
when you're asking us these questions, we think that you are tackling us. We're like, hey, this person, you're tackling the wrong people. But in the suburb, it's very big, by the way. Let me just tell you that, and shout out to everyone that actually lives in the Melville residence. In the suburb, it's very big. When you walk outside in Melville, everyone is wearing a mask.
Yeah, that's one thing for sure.
Yeah.
In shops, also, there's a certain amount of people that are allowed to go into shops, and also
The
sanitizing
sanitizers on
is
every
always
entry.
each and every single place. There's always sanitizing also going through. We are the 33rd coolest suburb in the world. How do you think we got that dub? Eh? Do you think we?
And my friends really are
But I love you
keeping
though.
up to their
But I love you
end
though.
of the responsibility. They still don't put the cash in your hand. They put it on the counter. So shout out you guys.
But anyway, shout out to you also, Meme Daddy. Don't worry. You are part of us. We love you. You are part of this
Yeah.
family.
I don't love
when
you.
you must know
Knows
that.
that
I
Yes.
don't love
in this
you.
show,
Mm.
you you're
Don't
not
worry.
necessarily part of the show up until you with Sukibe, and then you'll feel like family straight.
Nah.
Yeah.
But
That's
Meme, I
one
love
thing
you,
I've
man.
been-
I love you, man.
You
You've
ain't
been
my
giving us-
kin.
You've been giving us support for quite some
You
time.
troll.
Don't worry.
What's your real
Lemon.
name? What's your real name? What's your real face look like? Stop coming here asking all that stuff hiding behind the profile. Who you is? What's your name is? What's your name is, Mima Daddy? We want to know. We're going to send the scorpions out on you.
Oh,
Or what them
Meme,
niggas
I don't
got
know.
hawks?
For me, Meme, I think today it's just that it was the wrong person on the wrong day.
Yeah, no, even tomorrow.
Yeah,
but
no.
Even tomorrow, you will receive the same kind of love from me. So the day I call in sick one day, you'll probably stand a chance.
Meme's like, guys, you don't have to respond to the comments. Just engaging. No, we want to respond. We are engaging
are
with
engaging.
you.
Us
Engaging with
also.
you,
Yeah, we're
because you
engaging
are
with
our
you.
beloved,
Oh.
beloved, beloved.
And I like your meme, by the way, with the M and the D on it, by the way. That's actually dope, man. That's actually dope. I can
What?
give you a shout out.
What?
Like, check out his meme, guys. Look at his meme.
I see that.
It's got an M and a D also, which stands for Meme Daddy. And by the way, Meme Daddy, are you a male or female?
Where's the D?
You know what I mean? Look at it, guys. Now I can see it. There's an M and then there's a D on the right side.
On his eyebrow,
On his eyes, yeah.
The spectacles.
The spectacles, yes.
Hey,
On
no,
Amazon.
okay.
No. Thing is,
Okay.
He did it. It's
Let me
smart, eh?
help
It's
you.
actually a smart emoji, by the way.
Please move your skeleton there.
Shout out to you, by the way, for that, man. That's very
The
creative.
water.
That's very creative.
The
It's very
water.
creative.
That's
actually.
very creative,
Yeah.
my man. Very creative.
What's creative? Putting alphabets in his eyes. So except for eye sockets, he has alphabets. Is this the creative?
Oh, go back to Meme show.
Yeah, you want to see Meme again?
Yeah.
Does you want to see Meme's okay? You want to see Meme's thing? Hey, my voice here. Hey, does that other voice that comes in?
Man, let's go back. Let's do our lives.
That's what she said, eh?
I only had 7.
That's the only thing I also heard. By the way, guys, we are I Love Melville Live, and you're currently tuned into Melville Street's Unconventional Breakfast Show. And right now, though, guys, we are going to go to a part 3. I almost said 2. Did you see that? Part 3. And we're going to be going through part 3 in just a few right now, guys. Thank you for joining us. Do not forget to subscribe, guys, on YouTube. YouTube, it is I Love Melville Space Live.
Yes,
Subscribe
sir.
and engage. Be like Meme did. You see Meme
You see
did.
Meme?
The prize. What do you win?
O tla di thola di-toppers.
Or that the toppers,
Me-
you
me-
got to little strikers.
Meme, please click on that notification bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing you need to. I
Yeah,
can
man. But
see.
Meme, shout out to you, by the way. You are getting that lead basically, and
Yeah, in
winning
YouTube,
quite a lot.
sure.
So you guys need to be just like Meme. Comment and comment and comment. On Facebook, it is at ilovemarvel.live. And then also on YouTube, not YouTube, Twitter, it is at ilovemarvel. So coming up in the third hour, guys, we are going to be looking at not 5 questions, Q15. I'm getting used to it, by the way.
Hey,
So,
Dumbuso.
Q15, we are carrying on with Q15. And by the way, the score sits at 2-0 against a Tech Lady. And then right after that, also, we are going to be going through entertainers. And right after entertainers, we're going to be looking at social streets in terms of online learning. And we're talking about where the people have like enough tool for them to actually be educated online. That's all we're going to. Yes.
Equipped to do
yes.
online. I
Yes,
can't
yes.
do
No,
it.
you can't
I
do
can't
it. Yeah,
do
you
it.
can
It's
do
not
the other ones.
happening.
This one,
No,
just
no.
let go.
You know
of
which
it.
one you should say? Double D.
I can't do
Double
crook.
D. You know Double D.
It was double D.
Double D. You don't know Double D.
Edit.
Oh,
Double D. Yeah, come on, bro. Like, dude.
And this guy is not serious.
All right, guys. It is time for us to go to part 3. Join us on part 3. ilovemarvel.live. For now, though, do not move away from the page that you're currently
Don't go.
on. Yeah, boy, yes.
go.
Don't go.